the higher a person rises, the more painful the fall can be. And in the case of Can Yaman, an actor loved by millions, acclaimed in the streets and awarded in many countries, that downfall has become a public wound. At first, his energy, his impressive physique, and the spark he conveyed on screen made him a promise unlike the others. He spoke foreign languages, invested in sports, and aspired to international fame. Everything seemed to lead him to the top. But with light always come shadows. Today, Can's greatest enemy is not the tabloids nor the critics. It is his own pride. He refuses to acknowledge mistakes, ignores warnings, and even his family has been caught in that silence. His relationship with Sarah Bluma marked a turning point. What seemed like a winning romance ended up damaging his balance, his career, and his connection with the public. Many said Sarah was Can's mistake, yet he kept defending the indefensible. Meanwhile, projects like Sandokan and El Turco, despite their huge budgets, failed to convince critics or the younger generation of viewers. Instead of questioning himself and his decisions, Can blamed external factors. The problem, however, was inside: poor choices, the wrong environment, and a partner who blinded him. Just looking at his social networks or interviews is enough to notice anger and frustration. Deep down, Can knows that much of the criticism is fair, but he does not dare admit it. If he does not break this pride, his career may stall, because the world moves on, and fans do not wait forever. He still has one advantage: the faith of those who continue to believe in him. But that faith is not endless. The road to redemption begins when he accepts his mistakes and sees criticism as the voice of a friend, not an enemy. Sarah Bluma was an illusion. Can's true salvation lies in the mirror, where truth allows no deception. My thoughts on Demet Özdemir are not easy to summarize, because behind her radiant smile and brilliant career, there is a woman who has had to face too many storms in too little time. Today, many see her happy with new projects and new people, but I feel that along the way, she has carried a huge weight: media pressure, fans' expectations, constant comparisons with Can Yaman, and relentless criticism that never leaves her. Yet, what impresses me most about Demet is her ability to remain standing, to not be dragged down entirely by the whirl of rumors, and to keep moving forward with dignity. Some say Can destroyed his image with bad decisions and bad company, but I cannot help but think that, in contrast, Demet has protected herself better. Of course she has suffered. Of course she has been attacked, accused of being cold, calculating, or even of abandoning someone who once seemed the love of her life. Yet I see a woman who had the courage to take distance, to not allow her private life to erase her career. And that makes a huge difference. While Can seemed ready to risk everything for a harmful relationship, Demet chose not to mortgage her artistic future. That clarity, to me, is what now allows her to walk with more serenity. Many criticize Demet, saying she also moves in a world of interests, that she benefits from fame and media attention. But I ask, what celebrity doesn't? Who in show business does not live with that dynamic? The difference is that Demet does it with a certain balance, without letting controversy completely devour her. Yes, her name appears in headlines next to Can's or other famous actors, but at the same time, she has not stopped working, accepting projects, proving that her talent goes beyond gossip. That is what I admire: the ability to transform noise into energy to move forward. When I read people's comments, I see that many feel sorry for Can. They see him manipulated, used, almost lost. In contrast, towards Demet, there is a mix of feelings. Some criticize her, others envy her, but deep down, the general perception is that she is doing better. And I agree, Demet has achieved something very valuable, which is to remain true to herself even in the middle of storms. Perhaps she has made mistakes, we all do, but she has not allowed them to destroy what she has built. And in such a fierce environment, where a single fall can cost you your entire reputation, that is an immense merit. The contrast between Kaan and Demet is clear. He seems trapped in a vicious circle of poor choices, toxic relationships, and loss of control over his own image. She, on the other hand, has managed to move forward, even while enduring accusations and the shadow of a past that once united them. And for me, this is proof that Demet has an inner strength many underestimate. It is no coincidence that people admire her resilience, because deep down, they recognize that she has managed to come out of a difficult situation with her head held high. I do not think Demet is a saint, nor that everything said about her is false. Surely, there are uncomfortable truths, aspects of her character that not everyone likes, but honestly, that is what makes her human. I prefer to see her this way. A person who makes mistakes, suffers, decides, but keeps walking, rather than as an unreachable idol. Because it is precisely in that humanity where her strength lies. The ability to recover, to learn, and to show that not everything is lost when you know your worth. In the end, what is clearest to me is that Demet Özdemir has built her own identity beyond Can Yaman. And that, for me, is the most important thing. No matter what the media say, no matter how many criticize her, Demet has proven that she is the owner of her destiny. While others get lost in relationships that drag them down, she has chosen to continue with her career, with new bonds, and with a life that, at least publicly, appears more balanced. And I, as a viewer, can only wish her to continue like this, because her story proves that even in the middle of a storm, you can find a path towards calm. I feel that in her constant need to shine, Demet has lost what once made her special. That natural charm the public loved now feels replaced by a manufactured version of herself. Everything seems calculated, as if she's more focused on her image than her inner balance. And that's not strength. It's a fragile form of survival disguised as glamour. I say this not to judge, but with hope. I wish she could reconnect with what's essential, with the human, the intimate. Because if she remains trapped in this hall of mirrors, the only thing left when the lights go out will be an image, admired by many, understood by few.